Friends, let's take a coin, throw it in the pushka, do it together, hakel, unity, togetherness, every mitzvah. That's the power. That's the idea. I'm on a high. Just returning from this fabulous Kinus, international Kinus of the Shluchim, 6,500 strong Shluchim together in one room, in one area, whole Shabbos with workshops. I want to make one little reflection. In 1951, on the 11th day of Shvat, where the Rebbe has officially accepted at that time the mantle of leadership of Chabad, becoming the Nasi Hador, the leader of this generation. Amongst the many statements the Rebbe said was the following, and he spoke in Yiddish, to a crowd of about 150 people. Some Chassidim, some followers, some just people came just for this special moment where the Rebbe finally accepted to become Rebbe. A very small amount of people in terms of worldwide Chassidim. And the Rebbe makes the following statement in Yiddish: Men darf einnehmen de Welt. Meaning, we have to conquer the world mit Torah mitzvahs, with Judaism, with the message of Chassidus, with the message of Mashiach. Einnehmen de Welt. The Chassidim who were sitting there behind the Rebbe had a discussion afterwards. What does it really mean, Einnehmen de Welt? Now, this is 770 on Eastern Parkway, next to the corner of Kingston Avenue. The other side is Brooklyn, New York, Nostrand. On the other side we have, as I just said, Kingston, Albany, Troy, Schenectady, Utica, Buffalo, Rochester. So there was a discussion. What exactly does the Rebbe mean, Einnehmen de Welt? Does it mean all those streets that I've just mentioned? That we have to reach out farther from the immediate ghetto, from the immediate area where we live? Or do we have to spread out further streets, going further right and left, all the way to Rochester and Buffalo? Others were much more broad-minded and said, no, the Rebbe doesn't mean the streets, the Rebbe means the cities. We have to reach Albany, we have to reach Utica, we have to reach Rochester, Buffalo, the entire New York State. Nobody in their wildest imagination understood the Rebbe literally. The world, not the streets and not the cities. Last night at the Kinus, I had the opportunity to sit with our children who are on Shlichus Baruch Hashem and some of their friends. So we're sitting next to, just call him Alan, successful doctor from Minnesota. Jim, successful businessman from Westchester, New York. And while they did the roll call, I turned around to them and I said, now, I am not very big on world geography, but do you recognize, you've been world travelers, you love to travel, you're people of the world, successful in your profession and in your businesses. Do you recognize all these countries that are just being enumerated and listed, where there is a shliach or two or five or whatever? And both of them with a big smile. Never heard of those places. So countries, islands, where nobody's familiar with, the Rebbe found a Jew. And the Rebbe sent a shliach. Conquering the world, as the Rebbe says, means, yes, indeed, reaching every Jew should be connected with Hashem by doing a mitzvah. And it's exactly the fulfilling of the prophecy, Va'atem to look to li echad echad. You will gather every single one. No Jew will be left behind, as Avraham Friedlach used to sing. Every single Jew should be reached by doing mitzvah. And friends, this is not just by the 6,500 of Fitzroy Shluchim. By each and every one, whatever situation, whatever position, wherever the person is, reach out to your fellow Jew, encourage the Jew to make a mitzvah. And this way, indeed, it is the one mitzvah which will help us see the process that we see unfolding in front of our eyes. The actual process of the revelation of Mashiach to come to its fulfillment. And Rebbeinu Shalom, please, you were at the Kinus yesterday. You saw the energy. You saw the vibrancy. You saw the commitment. Time is now.